If you've been spending any time on Instagram or TikTok lately, you've probably also noticed something a little bit unsettling. There is a massive skinny trend going on right now. Skinny is officially back. The past couple years, it has all been about body positivity, accepting everyone, but skinny is officially back on trend and definitely not in a healthy way. However, it is being packaged right now by a lot of different influencers, not to name any names, as just being on your wellness game, discipline, or hot girl health. But at the core of what they are proclaiming, it is by no means wellness. In addition to that, we are seeing the rise of GLP-1s. There is this shift where extreme thinness is not only being normalized and accepted, but it is being actively promoted, and that is my issue with it. And let me be very clear before going any further. If someone medically needs a GLP-1 for diabetes or for obesity, which is what the drug was actually made for, specifically diabetes, and it's being used responsibly under medical professional care, by all means use the GLP-1. That is not what this video is about. What I want to talk about is the extremes on this trend in general. The GLP-1s are really just one extreme way to it, but it's more than just that. So today, I want to talk about the current trend that is happening that smart women in 2026 need to ignore. Because being skinny is not the goal. Being strong, living that healthy, active lifestyle, being a good role model for the other women in your life, that is what we are here for in 2026. So don't fall into the skinny trap, and just know that there are other people just like me who are in this health and wellness profession that are calling a bluff on this trend. So let's get into it. So if you got this far and you still have no idea what I'm talking about, like actually great. Maybe it's just my algorithm because this is the space that I am in. But what I'm seeing over and over and over again are women on the internet, namely TikTok and Instagram, who are promoting very unhealthy eating, living, working out habits. We somehow have regressed backwards. Everyone wants to be real thin. We are now again accepting this as normal. I don't want to generalize, but again, what I'm seeing, and maybe it's because I'm in Miami, so everyone is like a little bit more obsessed with how they look here. In massive quantities, more than I've ever seen before, people who are just so skinny. And I never really clocked it before. I never really noticed it. But like, I'm at Pilates and I'm like, why is everyone so skinny? I'm at the beach and I'm like, holy shit. And it's not that it's bad, but it's something's happening. I can tell that something's happening. It's not just from living a healthy, active lifestyle. It is from extremes, and it is from medication that is not meant for them. Young women all over who were already lean are visibly smaller, weaker looking, lower energy, and yet being praised for discipline and control when it's really not about that. That's not their secret sauce. The algorithm rewards it. The comments praise it. Brands still work with it. And then suddenly, we are back in this era, like I mentioned, where the goal is no longer health, the goal is no longer strength or longevity, but simply taking up as little space as possible. One of the scariest parts of all of this is, in some circles and some platforms, this is being viewed as empowerment. Again, I don't want to name anyone specific. However, if you happen to just, brush past the skinny society, you will see that this woman has built an entire platform on being skinny, on only having one piece of pizza, on filling yourself up with water before a meal, which again, maybe some of her principles are really great and good and effective and okay, but we are promoting the wrong thing. I don't think, my personal opinion, that it is healthy to be solely focused on the physical body, physical appearance, on just being skinny. Like, what I want to focus on and what I preach to quite literally tens of thousands of women every single day is, don't focus on the aesthetic, like the end goal and what happens. Focus on the habits that it takes to get there, because those are the things that will actually make you feel good from within. And if you don't feel good from within, then seriously, none of that matters. If you are so focused on being skinny, and I have been there myself, I have had people in my life around me where they are tunnel vision on just being small. They had made so many sacrifices in their past with relationships, with their lifestyle, with being so strict in every single possible way that they moved, that it was taking away from their life. And we don't want to be in that space. We want to be in a space where we show up every day to our habits, to our goals, to the things that make us feel really good. So for example, getting in our steps, doing our workout, focusing on high protein, hydrating properly, getting enough sleep, all of these things. It's not going to get you to your ideal body overnight like maybe a GLP-1 will, but over time you will get there. But along the way, you will feel good from the inside out. All of these things will also help your mental health, your mental space, your relationships, not only with everyone around you, but also with yourself. If you are coming and living in a place of fear around food and restriction, it's not a great place to be, but it's also not sustainable for the long term. Shrinking your body to the extreme is not a flex, and also rapid and excessive weight loss is not normal. Can we please stop normalizing it? Can we get back to just being like strong and doing it the normal way? I also want to talk about why this is a problem for women specifically, because 95% of you who are watching my videos are female, yay. Women's bodies, especially because of our hormones and our fluctuations throughout the month with our cycle, we are not meant to live in a state being chronically underfueled or having ultra low body fat. That's why women typically have a higher body fat percentage than men. We need that little extra weight. Hormones, bone density, fertility, thyroid health, and mental health all take a toll when we are underweight. We have influencers across the board right now, especially glamorizing a look that is often achieved by appetite suppression, minimal fueling, and very little resistant training. I don't see a lot of females out there right now who are promoting this kind of lifestyle, who are like in the gym lifting weights like I do, like we all should, especially as women who are, I don't want to say like I'm 34, I am age. I mean, we're all aging. We get older, right, in age every single year. It's not like I'm 60, I'm still only 34, but once we hit around that 30 period, 30 years of age, our muscle mass begins to drop at a slightly higher rate. Then we hit 40, that rate bumps up, then we're in menopause, and keeping that muscle mass is so much harder. Back to the fact that yes, they're glamorizing these things, and then like on top of not eating enough, they're also not preaching or doing the proper training that as a woman we should be. The message becomes very subtle. I'm gonna continue to be really honest. This message is dangerous. Eat less, just go for walks, no strength training. I once actually saw a fitness influencer say like, don't do squats because you're going to build like bulky quads. Do these sit backs instead. Like the last time I checked, for longevity, we all need to be doing squats. We need to be able, when we're 70, to get up from sitting on a couch. That is the same functional movement that we do in a squat. When we're bending over to pick up something off of the ground, that is the same functional movement as a deadlift. You need to be training for life. You can't just be, doing an ab workout every day and think that that's enough because you want a six-pack. The reason why we're working out and doing what we do is because we want strong bodies that are going to carry us throughout our lives. Do not listen to this messaging. It is not normal. It is not widely accepted by everyone. There are professionals and experts in the space like myself who are very passionate about preaching the opposite. I want to make sure that women around the world don't get sabotaged by the propaganda that they are seeing, because I've also seen, sorry, I feel like I'm really ranting, but I'm just kind of winging it today. I saw a video on Instagram, we can pull it up here, and this girl is talking about how everyone around her is doing GLP-1s, everyone around her is really skinny, and it makes you think only naturally, like, should I also be on a GLP-1? Everyone else is around me. I guess it's the right thing to do. Oh, I guess this is the new thing. I guess this is healthy. And it's not. I heard Dr. Mark Hyman on a podcast this week say that the biggest demographic of women who are on a GLP-1 in, I don't know if it was North America or in the world, but the biggest demographic is the Upper East Side in Manhattan. Do you think that the people that live in the Upper East Side in Manhattan have an outrageous obesity problem? No. They do not. They have a problem. I don't want to say it's a problem, but they are focused on aesthetics, on looking good. And again, there's no problem with that. But we're abusing as a society medications that are not meant for what people are now using them for. If you're just trying to lose 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, a GLP-1 is not for you. Stop being lazy, put in the work, and lose the weight that is sustainable and maintainable long-term, because you know what? The people who are using GLP-1s to lose, again, 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, the moment they get off of it, over 80% of people are gaining the weight back because they're not sustaining a healthy lifestyle that is going to allow for them to keep the weight off. And then what? You're just on a GLP-1 forever? Well, guess what? There's over 30 million people now in the world who have done GLP-1s. And of course, like any other medication, side effects coming out of the wahoo-ha. People having eye issues, people having issues with cognitive function, hair loss, fertility, menstrual cycles, like you name it, of course. It hasn't been around long enough for us to really know like what's going on with it. So if a GLP-1 has been on your mind and it's not necessarily for diabetes or addressing a health concern that your doctor thinks would be a good fit for GLP-1, just know that it's not normal. Don't be peer pressured. Don't be influenced by the people around you in your space, and make really informative decisions for yourself, because at the end of the day, this is your health. And yeah, it may be a really good quick fix. You're gonna lose the weight. You definitely are gonna lose the weight, but at what cost? And also, is it going to be maintainable long term? One of the last points that I do wanna make is, don't just assume that being skinny or being small equals being healthy. That's not it. Health looks like energy, stable mood, strong muscles, regular cycles, and a body that can adapt well to stress. Health is being able to walk into your 30s and your 40s and eating meals and not worrying about whether or not you're going to gain weight from it, which, by the way, is impossible. And the fact of the matter is that the skinny trend ignores all of that. They don't care about, how you feel and your mood and getting your period. They just care and they preach about being skinny. And since when is that everything to us? I would rather eat pizza and ice cream and be a normal, healthy, stable weight. Again, everyone should do what works for them, but I just don't want to get lost that this is normal, this is healthy, and this is what you should be doing. If 2025 was the year of extreme shortcuts, 2026 really does need to be the year of discernment. Smart women need to wake up to the fact that losing weight at all costs is not the same as building a healthy body that can carry you long term. The future is not fragile. It is not underfueled. It's not shrinking yourself to something that you can barely maintain. The future is strength, muscle, consistency, and a body weight that you can maintain. Oh, and actually a calm nervous system. Let's not forget about that. So I want you to know that your worth is not tied to how little you are, that number on the scale, or how small your waist is. Your worth is based off of who you are as a human being, the good that you do in the world, and also the self-respect that you have within and for others, but also important within. So if this video made you feel differently about everything that you are seeing online, make sure that you also send it to a friend who needs to hear similar messaging so that they feel supported, so that they feel de-influenced by the internet right now, because you never know, it literally could be a game changer for someone who has been hypnotized and fallen into the very scary skinny trend that is happening out there right now. And if you're someone who wants to build a healthy, lean, strong body without the extremes, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you also check out my app Shape, because that is what we are all about here, doing things the natural and healthy way. As always, thank you for being here. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. If you agree, if you disagree, I want to hear it all. I am open to discussions, thoughts, feelings, and again, I really just hope that even if this helped one person out there, I did my job today. I hope you loved it. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Make sure to check out my latest video here.